Hello everyone, I'm Lowie tagging expert at TAGGRS. Today we will set up LinkedIn server-side tracking. This is the fourth episode of the series and we will continue with the setup from our last video. In the first video we have set up our TAGGRS container, set up our server GTM container and implemented GA4 server-side tracking, which is necessary for implementing server-side tracking with other channels as LinkedIn for example. You can also find this information back in the blog post on the TAGGRS website. I will show you now what we already have implemented that is necessary for our LinkedIn conversion API setup, and we will continue from there. So I will go into preview mode of our server container. This is our server container. And in preview mode of our web container. As you can see, some tags have already been fired. For example, the Google tag has fired on initialization, and this data has entered our server container. So we can see the connection between our web and server container, and this is necessary for all the other tags as well. So now we will start with the actual implementation of LinkedIn Conversion API. First, we will set up the LinkedIn pixel because we will need it to set up our LinkedIn Insight tag. We'll create a tag. I will use a tag manager, this one. We'll create add to workspace, add our partner ID, which we just generated. I'd like to save it as a constant for future usage, like this. Maybe put it in the title as well. Event ID, we will need this for deduplication, but for just the inside pixel, it's not necessary. For the events like the conversion that we will set up, it will be necessary. You can call it like this. Configuration tag. We'll fire it on all pages. Yes. We will go in preview mode of the web container to check if it works correctly. For example, if someone clicks on a LinkedIn ad, this parameter will be added to the URL. And our inside tag will make sure that this parameter is saved in a cookie. Let's check if it works correctly. Yes, this is it. Voila, good. Next, we will check how the form is behaving. This is the form that we want to track. It says first name, last name, etc. We will try to track this. And use this tool to populate the form fields. We'll check how it behaves. And we can see we have some events in the web container. This one. Actually, we can use this one for a tag to trigger. You see, we have implement a data layer. If it's not possible, you can try other things, maybe on a page view or something. But I would strongly advise to implement a data layer event push. This is the most robust way of tracking. So we will set our tag up on this event. Copy this value. This is the event. LinkedIn inside tag. Now we can use a partner ID that we saved. Conversion ID, we will have to get it. LinkedIn contact. Voilà. Add a new custom event trigger with this custom event name, like this. For the conversion ID, we will have to generate it in LinkedIn. Do it like this, create conversion, contact web. This you can choose how you want. I will leave it on default. We will set it up with a tag manager. This one we have already. We choose for event specific. And then we get the conversion ID. Voila, we copied it. We'll go back for tag. We will also need the event ID because we will send the conversion from web and server container, and we want to deduplicate it. So when both events arrive, that LinkedIn knows this is the same event. For this, we will use a template variable, event ID. This one, we can call it like this, event ID. We already have it, so we can just select it. Yes. And that's it for the web LinkedIn tag. We will go into preview mode again over web container and trigger the event again. Privacy policy. Let's see how it behaved. We can see our LinkedIn contact tag has successfully triggered. Oh, made a mistake. Let's put it back again. Contact. Yes, here it is. Next. Create. I'm sorry for this mistake. Voila. I will trigger it again to check if the event is entering our LinkedIn. Like this. Privacy policy. We will populate the form fields. Submit the event. It has successfully fired. Will take some time normally, but it will enter at the end. Okay, so we have set up this LinkedIn web tracking already successfully. This is great. Now we will have to send the data from our web container to our server container. And this we will do with a GA4 tag. So we will choose Google Analytics, GA4, measurement ID. We have saved it in a variable. Voila. We will call it GA4 contact. And we will trigger it at the same trigger event name. We can call it contact. Voila. We will also have to send the event ID because this will be necessary for deduplication. Event ID. Event ID, like this. But also we can use the user provided data. such as first name, last name, etc. Because we can send this as well with a LinkedIn server-side tag. This will improve your measurement. Let's take this one. We need the value each time, as you can see. No, it's not clear on this one, but I will. Name, last name, job, this job. See how it looks? You can see it's each time value that we need. So we will make parameter for this. First one will be first name. We'll call it like this. F name. We'll create a new data layer variable. We will need to copy the key. Voila. Feel free to fast forward this section because it will take some time to get all the variables. Some manual work, but it's important that it happens. Last name. Next one is job title. This job. Next one will be company name. We'll just call it company. This key. Voila. Company. Next one will be country. Almost there. And I think this will be the last one. Country. Email. And what's the next? Subject and message. We can skip it. It's not it doesn't have any value for sending to LinkedIn. So we will take this one as last. Email. That's a very important one. Voila. This should do. We will test it again. We will also go in preview mode over server container to check if everything enters correctly. So we have always our web container on the left, server container on the right, and then our preview mode. Let's trigger the event. We can see that this event has triggered our LinkedIn tag, also a GA4 tag. And we can see it has sent some parameters to our server container, also event ID, which is necessary for deduplication. It has entered our server container. And we can see the event data, that's company, country, email, etc. has all arrived in our server container. So that's great. We can use it for our LinkedIn server-side tag. We will first catch the variables. We will do it with event data variables. Event data. Its name. Also feel free to fast forward, sorry, this section. It will take some time. First name. Let's keep it clean. No, like this. Not sure how we sent it. Email or mail? Email. Yes. We have this one already because we use it for Facebook. So the last one will be country, if it doesn't exist already. Let's see, country, job title, yes, 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 yes. Okay, and also we have event ID, which we already made for Facebook because we also need deduplication for that tag. So now we will have those variables. We will go into preview mode of our server container again to check if the event data is saved in variables, which we can use in the tags. Populate the form fields, contacts, and let's see, company, country, email, event ID, first name, job title, last name. Yes, event ID as well. Perfect. This is working great. Now we can set up our server-side LinkedIn tag. We will go to the gallery, search for LinkedIn. We will take the second one. The official one of LinkedIn is not so nice. It's better to use this one. We add it to our workspace, add LinkedIn contact. The trigger will be this event contact. So we'll make a new custom event trigger, which is called contacts. Voila. What will we need? API access token. We will generate one right now. We go to Analyze, Conversion Tracking, Data Sources, Create Source, Conversion API, Google Tag Manager, Generate Token, Sign in, copy. And this is our access token. I will save it for future usage. Constant LinkedIn API key. Voila. Conversion rule ID. We will make a new conversion. Agree and finish. Conversion tracking. Create conversion. Go tag manager. Contact. Server. Contact. We will set it the same as our web tag. Create. So now we have one of the server as well. We will click on this one, and it's this ID that we need. So I will put it here. Voila. Event data override. The one we want to send is event ID for deduplication. Do we want to send another one? No, that's the most important one. Mail. We will send the email, but it has to be hashed. So we will make a new variable. We will check if there's any templates. Hash it. We will use this one. Now this is a bug in GTM, as we cannot select it directly. Now we can. Value to hash is our event data email. So we can call it like this. And it has to be hex, I thought. We will check it in a minute, but I think it has to be hex. LinkedIn. No. Email. Yeah, it doesn't state it, but I'm sure it's hex. I looked it up before. LinkedIn first party ads tracking user ID. This is our LinkedIn Fat ID. This is a cookie, as we saw in the beginning of the video. So we will choose a variable cookie value. Okay. LinkedIn Fat ID. Cookie name is LinkedIn Fat ID. User info override, first name, last name, company name. What more do we have? Country codes. Voila. And that's all we have to provide. We'll go into preview mode again. So we will go to preview mode again and populate all the fields. As we can see, our tag has fired. Our LinkedIn web tag has fired. Also a GF contact tag has entered in our data in our server container. And we can see that our server tag has fired again as well. Sorry. We can check the parameters. So it has first name, last name, company name, country code, event ID, email, which is hashed, and LinkedIn first party ID. So we can see it as a status code of 201, which is great. Means it worked out. we can also check in LinkedIn if it has arrived. Now we can see that both server and web tags have received data 55 and 3 minutes ago. So yeah, we have a working server-side tracking setup for LinkedIn. I'm thinking if I forgot something else, but nope, I think that was all. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us in the comments. Also, I want to show you that we have a template gallery in our taggers container, which you can use for all your tracking setups. It will simplify your tracking setup. And that will be all. Thank you very much for listening and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.